When adversity strikes, the resilient rise. Let's turn the pages of history and uncover the resilience of the Black refugees. As former Southern slaves, Black refugees in Nova Scotia faced unique hardships and unfavorable conditions. But they didn't just survive, they banded together, developing survival mechanisms and unique responses of self-assertion. These refugees yearned for more than just freedom. They sought recognition and land ownership, challenging the colonial government's policy of granting mere tickets of location instead of freehold grants. They understood that owning land was not just about having a place to call home, but a crucial step towards reducing discrimination and defining their newfound freedom. In the face of adversity, their legal consciousness shone through, their persistent efforts always overlooked. They didn't just live on the farms, they yearned to own them, linking land possession to economic prospects, self-confidence, and autonomy. In the face of adversity, they not only survived, but sought to thrive, forging their destinies through petitions. Struggles and strife often lead to the fiercest of fights. The Black refugees were no strangers to this. They found themselves ensnared in a bitter struggle for land ownership. Their freedom, hard-earned though it was marred by the harsh reality of sterile soil and the lack of outright farm ownership. To them, the land was more than just a means to eke out a living. It was a symbol of their autonomy, their self-confidence, and their economic prospects. The petitions to the colonial government in Nova Scotia were a testament to their resolve. They weren't merely asking for a handout. No, they were demanding their rightful share, a chance to shape their own destinies. They wanted to till the soil, to reap the rewards of their hard work. Their voices echoed the corridors of power, demanding not just the right to work, but the right to own. The fight was not just for survival, it was a fight for dignity, for fairness, for autonomy. Words, when wielded with purpose, can move mountains. The Black refugees knew this all too well. The petitions they penned were nothing short of powerful, echoing a steadfast demand for originally promised land grants and more acreage to ensure successful farm production. These were not mere requests for provisions, but a determined quest for fair treatment. The tone of their petitions was resolute, resounding with a strong desire for justice. They sought not charity, but equity, underscoring their right to land ownership as a testament to their freedom. These were individuals who had come face to face with adversity, yet remained unwavering in their pursuit for a place they could call their own. Their petitions were not just pleas. They were powerful declarations of their rights, their worth, their resilience. Let us remember and learn from their unyielding spirit. The following are some examples of self-assertion. Black refugee Richard Smothers, along with his son, had the highest amount of land cleared by May of 1816. He had cleared an astonishing 2 acres of land before the summer at Preston. His intent would be to set up his chances of successful farming and by giving no excuse for the Crown to deny his next step. In 1819, he followed up with a petition for over 100 acres of land. On December 6th, he was granted 130 acres. On the same day, Charles Morris was ordered to lay out a lot of land in that township lying between his present township and the north line of Lawrencetown and containing about 130 acres. On the 16th of December, Charles Wallace certified that he surveyed and had laid out 130 acres to Richard Smothers. His commitment to petition after his industrious activity resulted in a grant which allowed him for more fuel and better farming resources. His undeniable heroism and his amazing accomplishment is rarely mentioned in popular media till this very day. Another magician and determined agriculturalist and activist was Septimus Clark.
Septimus Clark, an influential figure among the early Black refugee arrivals in Preston, demonstrated remarkable determination and agricultural prowess. Despite settling on land deemed sterile and impossible to cultivate by many, Clark successfully cleared garden plots between the rocks, yielding a bountiful harvest of 120 bushels of potatoes and other vegetables. In a petition, he expressed his reliance on husbandry for sustenance, highlighting the challenges of securing suitable land for cultivation. Despite initial skepticism, Clark's confidence and hard work led to the acquisition of more land over time. Beyond his agricultural pursuits, Clark played pivotal roles in 3 major Black organizations in 19th century Nova Scotia. He was treasurer and secretary of the African Friendly Society, president of the African Abolition Society, advocating for the abolition of slavery and the slave trade, and clerk of the African Baptist Association, which aimed to foster a sense of community among Black worshipers. Clark's activism extended to political involvement as he and his friend Richard Preston supported the Tories' political party at one point. Clark's multifaceted contributions to the Black community in Nova Scotia underscore his legacy as a magician, agriculturalist, and activist.
Richard Preston's remarkable journey from slavery to freedom exemplifies resilience and determination. Born into enslavement in Virginia, Preston's quest for freedom led him to Nova Scotia during the War of 1812, where he sought to reunite with his mother among the Black refugees. Despite the daunting task, he persisted in his search and eventually located her in the township of Preston, a momentous reunion that fueled his sense of purpose. Preston's decision to adopt the surname Preston symbolized not only his celebration of freedom, but also his commitment to shaping a better future for himself and his community. Ordained as a minister in England, he returned to Nova Scotia with financial support, enabling him to realize his vision of building the Halifax Chapel. Preston's leadership was instrumental in establishing the African Baptist Church in Halifax in 1832, and his efforts extended beyond religious matters. He played a pivotal role in spreading the church's influence to other settlements and founded the African Baptist Association in 1854, uniting people of African descent under an independent Black church. Despite facing discrimination, Preston and the Black refugees tirelessly advocated for equal citizenship, challenging social barriers and engaging in political activities to assert their rights and claim their place in society. Through his enduring legacy, Preston remains a symbol of hope and resilience, inspiring generations to come. Another Black refugee, Joseph Smith Sr., a revered figure in the settlement and a deacon of the Second Church at Preston, was known as the father of the community, reaching over 80 years of age and leaving behind a lasting legacy through his numerous descendants, whom still reside in North Preston today. He was described as a man of fine physical form, polite manners, and devout Christian faith. As a peacemaker, he played a pivotal role in resolving disputes within the settlement and took a lively interest in church affairs, particularly enjoying witnessing religious reformations. His passing left a void in both the church and the settlement that was difficult to fill, with his son Joseph succeeding him as deacon. In 1824, William Dear, alongside John Collins, Nace Leach, and Henry Broad, submitted a compelling petition at Preston, highlighting the challenges they faced as small-scale farmers due to the limited size of their lots. Despite their efforts, they struggled to sustain themselves and their families on less than 50 acres of land. Recognizing the need for better prospects, they expressed willingness to relocate to the backwoods of Musquodoboit in hopes of securing larger farms for a more comfortable livelihood. Although the government initially granted only 100 acres each, Dear and Collins persevered. By 1842, both men were granted additional farms, albeit nearly 2 decades after their initial request. During this time, Dear emerged as one of the most successful refugee entrepreneurs. Alongside his farming endeavors, he and his wife established the Stag Hotel near Preston, renowned for its hospitality and amenities. At the Stag, guests enjoyed a variety of beverages and clean accommodations, while Dear ensured their satisfaction with personalized service. Dear's entrepreneurial spirit and commitment to providing quality service at the Stag Hotel exemplify the resilience and ingenuity of the Black refugees in Nova Scotia. In the midst of ongoing challenges and sabotage faced by the Black refugees in their colonial settlements, there emerged a figure who dared to challenge the status quo and carve out his own path in history: William Brown Sr. Born in the USA from the Chesapeake region, Brown arrived in Nova Scotia as a youth with his parents. Originally settling in Hammonds Plains, Brown displayed remarkable poise and determination by venturing onto lands independent of government assistance. With his own savings, Brown made a bold move that defied the negative perceptions entrenched in society against the Black refugees. It was on a significant Monday morning, January 3, 1848, at 10 a.m., that William Brown made history by purchasing the first portion of land to become Africville, thus becoming its inaugural settler. Later that same afternoon, he was joined by William Arnold, the second purchaser. The strategic location of Africville, nestled within the city and along the main waterway, added greater value to the land compared to the remote settlements originally designated for the Black refugees. Despite being the recorded settlers of Africville, William Brown's groundbreaking achievement is often downplayed and overlooked in historical narratives. However, Brown's actions contradict the stereotype that Black refugees were incapable of industry or acquiring land with their own resources. The remarkable activities undertaken by William Brown Sr. on his properties are vast and deserving of closer attention, as documented by historians specializing in Africville studies. Yet it remains disheartening that Brown's purchase and role as the first settler of Africville have not received the mainstream attention they rightfully deserve. Nevertheless, his legacy stands as a testament to the resilience and determination of the Black refugees in shaping their own destinies amidst adversity.
The Black refugees, drawing upon their rich heritage from the Chesapeake and Georgia regions, brought with them an extensive array of abilities, skills, and trades that were often underestimated. Their entrepreneurial spirit and ingenuity quickly became evident as they established themselves as a formidable presence at the Green Street Market in downtown Halifax. To compete in this bustling marketplace, one needed products to sell, and the refugees rose to the challenge by producing a wide array of goods entirely on their own. Their dedication and hard work were apparent in the long lines of customers, stretching nearly a mile to and from the settlements, even during the coldest days of winter. This thriving market served as a testament to the resourcefulness and resilience of the Black refugees, defying stereotypes and showcasing their remarkable contributions to the local economy.
Despite the glaring omission of the name Black refugee in most conversations about Black Nova Scotian or Canadian history, the descendants of these resilient individuals continue to thrive in Nova Scotia and across Canada to this day. Their presence remains significant, with communities like Beechville and Africville recognized as historic properties, though challenges persist, particularly in land disputes that echo the struggles of their ancestors. The term Black refugee itself is a stark reminder of the lack of regard afforded to those invited to this so-called promised land. Rather than shying away from this label, we must embrace it, acknowledging the trials and triumphs that have shaped our collective identity. Despite facing recent expropriation of communities, frequent encounters with law enforcement, workplace discrimination, and disproportionately high incarceration rates, the descendants of Black refugees have persevered and thrived. Many have achieved remarkable success as lawyers, doctors, renowned artists, and successful entrepreneurs, with some even reaching the heights of the NBA. While annual celebrations in our communities serve as a testament to our resilience, we continue to confront ongoing discrimination and unresolved land compensation issues. Through it all, our unwavering faith in a higher power has guided us on this journey, empowering us to overcome adversity and pave the way for a brighter future.
Wherever Dr. Oliver was, Dad was. This church that's here now, Dad helped build. My father and Dr. Oliver and the other deacons, we got together and decided that we would build a new church. Stay here, I know the money looks good, but don't sell your property. And he talked to a lot of them. Most of them moved into the city.
You would be taken in the church, and then you wait till other candidates come in, and then you would march down to get baptized in Bedford Basin. A rag on your head and a uniform, sneakers and white stockings, and you're all dressed in white, and you march down singing to the waterside.
It was us together that came today to make sure that this sign was dedicated to the community of North Preston. Let your light shine before men. We too have built a sign to mark this place of the gathering of God's people. We proudly receive this sign to stand before the people.
I am a proud African Nova Scotian, 8th generation Canadian, 19th pastor of the historic Emmanuel Baptist Church here in Upper Hammonds Plains. I am a husband, a father of 3, and it's been an amazing journey to partner with this community. I'm a retired veteran, commissioned officer in the Canadian Armed Forces, and I currently serve as lecturer of racial justice and leadership in the Faculty of Theology at Acadia University. That's me.
Make it our business to build our lives on a firm foundation and to be strong in the face of adversity.
They say you could never fight City Hall, but if City Hall had a group of honest, God-believing people, they would have never did this to us. Because you take and live on a land for 140 some years, And then the city said they needed for a bridge. They didn't even need the land for a bridge, because you can see where the bridge is, see where the cairn is. The people going to still live there.